Fence Post.
Good afternoon, Grain Valley, and welcome to another episode of the Fence Post. Very excited one again. My name is Jason Fenstermaker. I'm joined by
Matt Nevels,
of course, and here with us is another local small business owner, Justin Tyson. Justin, how's it going?
Welcome. Going great, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And Justin, if you didn't know, is one of the used car lots here. Your business name is?
Tyson Auto Source on Main Street.
On Main Street, just north of Casey's, on the east side of Main Street.
I'm the only dealership with trees.
Oh, there you go. You got to set yourself apart somehow.
Exactly. We have trees.
So, obviously, we've known each other for a while now through small business and stuff like that, and your family might come to an occasional spot that I know of to have dinner or something like that.
We like one here or there.
Yeah, well, now that we're not open on Mondays, I don't see you as often.
We just stay home now.
That was
Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. What do you do?
Since Iron Kettle doesn't open on Monday, we now don't eat.
Right. Yeah,
We just starve. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to the people of Grain Valley.
But I've lost 10 pounds. So it works.
Well, I
Silver
found
lining.
it. So where I was walking, must have been walking behind you. So just kind of tell us a little bit about your business. How'd you get into the used car business?
Well, I'm a technically third generation car dealer. My great uncle Jim started. He was the first foreign auto salvage lot here in Kansas City in the 70s. Wow. And my dad worked for him for a long time, ran his yard, and then he branched off on his own in the mid 80s and had a couple different salvage yards, business ventures, and got into the used car business. And I've just always liked cars. I've always liked being, driving different cars. Having the same one too long gets me bored. Yeah. So, well, I guess I need to be a dealer. So, he passed that torch on to me, and here we are.
You get bored with cars like I get bored with jobs.
There you go.
Right. So that's right. I surround myself with a plethora of them. But okay, so obviously, I've been told many times I sound like a used car salesman and things like that. Is that a derogatory term?
That's a compliment,
Yes,
my friend.
Okay, thank
That
you.
is a compliment.
Thank you.
I do think that a lot in class when he's trying to sell the kids on, density calculations. I'm like, wow, he's really putting on a good job there. That's like a used car salesman.
If you can sell density calculations, you can sell a Kia.
Hey, I did have a Kia.
I do have a Kia.
And somebody else might have a Kia.
There you go. See? I said the right car.
Yes. Yes. So kind of, I'm really interested in kind of your business model, and I know you don't want to, you probably have some proprietary information that no other used car dealership ever has, so you don't want to share too much.
It's very mysterious. Very mysterious.
Where do you find your used cars from?
Oh, man. Well,
everywhere?
That's changed in the last 3 years, 4 years, whatever. I'd kind of compare the business to like to go into Worlds of Fun. A couple years ago, it was the Zambezi Zinger. It's a fun roller coaster, but you want to keep going. And then it was the Mamba in 2021. Now it's that one where you're spinning around and you think you're going to throw it and fly out. That's what it is right now.
Where the bottom falls out, the finish fling.
So you stick to the sides. No, we go all over the nation. Mostly here in Kansas City, we try to buy local trade-ins and that kind of thing, but. I just had 2 shipped in from Georgia last week, and I've got one coming in from Nevada.
So like online auctions, in-person auctions too?
There's I would compare it to like a eBay for dealers only.
Oh, gotcha.
So we have our own little sites that we can get on there, and we look at the cars and try to do our best to not buy junk and ship it here. And I mean, it's a bit of a casino sometimes. Sometimes we win, sometimes we don't.
Yeah. But did it get crazy during the pandemic?
You know what? It was that was the craziest thing. I honestly, in March hit 2020. I thought, well, here we go. I guess I'm going to put my slippers on and stay home. And suddenly people weren't going to work. So guess what? They went to used car lots. We sold a lot of cars in 2020, and people were happy to walk in and shake hands and actually talk to a normal person that wasn't scared of them. Yeah. And that's me. So we did pretty well.
That's I'd say that's one person I know is not afraid to talk to people. That's used car salesman.
Right. Yeah. If you're looking for somebody to talk to you.
Yeah.
Do you ever have, and this is a legitimate question for us laymen's when it comes to the car industry, how come nobody ever says new car salesman? Like, are there committees, like you're on the used car side of things and the new car side of people, do they stick their nose up at you? Or are you like...
Is this like a...
It's
Yeah.
The new car world is a different world.
Yeah.
And of course that's all franchise. You work under the guise of the manufacturer there, where I don't. I sell everything.
Really?
So you see a Kia dealership, they are controlled by Kia corporate. So there are new car salesmen, and all they sell is new cars.
I guess I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I get every Moley Chevrolet, this Hyundai, this...
Right.
I didn't know that
Central office had so much control.
Yeah, and they have a lot of control.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And those guys have to work very hard because their margins are very small on new cars.
Yes.
So I don't envy new car salesmen.
There's always one go-to commercial that always says, I'm selling this for $10 over factory invoice or whatever I paid for it. I'm like, nah.
That can't be
Nah. you
Plus some other things built in.
We don't have the time or the crayons to explain that.
do you know how many $10 trucks you'd have to sell to pay your light bill, let alone everything else?
Trust me, they're making plenty of money. Let me say this: the dealership's making plenty of money. The salesman, not always.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
So you know, now do you find that most of the people that buy your vehicles, are they online shoppers now, or do you still get the majority of your people coming to your lot?
Well, as far as like the purchase process itself, they all come to the lot.
Okay.
They do come to the lot. We're kind of, I guess, somewhere between that itty bitty small town dealer and the big city guy sitting on the corner of 31st and Main, downtown. So people out here, they like to look and touch and feel and drive and that kind of thing. And
this whole, like, with Carvana, I don't understand, like, ordering a car online and they just drive it to your house. You haven't driven it, you haven't tried
Carvana.
it.
There's a Carvana vending machine in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
Right? I mean, literally.
That's how we buy chips. That's not how we buy cars.
I mean, I guess if you have a big enough wallet, you go in there and you're like,
so.
nah.
Put your big token in there and you drop it and bloop, you get your Kia. Yeah.
So my first two vehicles I ever bought were on the Miracle Mile, which of course is on Nolan Road.
Right.
What I say this, we now have our downtown district, which is basically from here to the railroad tracks, right?
Right.
How many car dealerships do we have from the railroad tracks to Casey's?
See, we got Milestone. He's a really good guy. The guys next to them, never met him, don't know him, can't say anything about him. And then me, and then Corey Miles on the one side of the corner, and Scott Lund on the other. So what is that?
Five.
Yeah.
So is it the Miracle Quarter Mile?
We've been called many things on the residence page.
Some of which we won't get
Some of
into.
which we cannot say on public.
I think we've all, you be in this town long enough, everybody's been called something by the residents of Grain Valley Facebook page.
Yeah. So there's and so far, again, the dealers that I know in this town, they're all good guys.
Do you find, it's I'm just talking at it from straight business, thinking about the Miracle Mile and what is it really good to have that many together? Do you find that you get more people that might come to you because they're hopping between there, or
we've had several situations where maybe somebody drives to one of the other guys here to look at one of their cars and they miss them and they drive past us and then they see something on our lot, they turn around, they pull in there. And I'm a fair person. I'll say, I'll show it to you, but I'm not going to knock the other guy's car either. Go look at his, look at mine, and decide.
Make your choice.
Make your choice. Yeah. So no, I think that what's the phrase? Rising tide raises all boats.
Yeah.
So
what a good philosophy.
We all gotta sell cars.
Yeah. Well, and used cars. I'm assuming people, not that they're bad, because I buy used cars. I just buy them I bought mine from the dealer, so it had like 4,000 miles on it, stuff like that. Yeah. But you hope that as a used car salesman, I hope repeat customers. People constantly coming back. My son's getting ready to be turn 15 here in a week and a half or something like that.
Time to start looking at cars, Dad.
So we have to start thinking about a vehicle for him, or do I get something nice and sexy like a Corvette or a Mustang and just let him drive the
Just
truck?
give him. Well, that's really probably what you should get.
I think you should.
I unfortunately believe my wife would fight me on that because she thinks she should get
it's
the new
her
car
car.
first,
It's her
and then he gets to drive hers.
Well, just put the new car in her name, but you drive it.
There you go. See, that's
and so therefore it's hers.
it's your car.
But please don't show this to your wife.
Yes, you know what?
She's not watching.
I feel confident now that she looks at the episode ratings and says, "You have over 10 people. I don't need to watch anymore." Jason, the Fence Post podcast happens every time we have friends over and we're in the basement drinking. You just go on your own podcast.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I have the same amount of listeners down there.
There you go.
No
You're
one.
right. Which is none.
And so right now, kind of everything changes. Interest rates, does that affect you right now?
Not really. We're cash. We're
Okay.
pretty much all because most of our stuff is that used to be that 3,000 to 7,000. Now it's the 5,000 to 10,000 and it's the same cars.
Yeah.
But no, it's people come in, they bring cash or cashier's checks, and some people do finance cars, but we send them to local banks and credit unions.
Do it through the
and
bank.
They do
Yep.
it there, and we don't get any kickbacks. I don't
Yeah.
need that. That's between them and the bank. Bring me the
Yeah,
check.
exactly.
And interest rates really don't.
Okay.
I'm sure it affects us to some degree probably more on the buying side because of the big dealers and that kind of thing. But
Right.
no, I would say we're pretty insulated.
What's the hot car at the moment, you think? What's hard for you to find and then goes fast when you get it?
Well, it's got to be the Kia Rio hatchback.
I
think that has
well,
to be.
I
right?
was
That's
I
what the
wasn't
full-
trying to coach you into it.
Sorry.
I
Well,
knew
well,
he was
then-
going to say it, but now it's
We knew that was the hot
all
car.
right. Let's take that one off the table.
Okay, the
Besides,
Kia Rio's not on the table.
No, the hatchback.
What's the car that was on the news all day long that flew over a tire? or
Oh,
something?
wow.
I saw that.
The
Yeah.
Kia Soul.
The Kia
Soul.
Soul.
Yeah, so now that
And the driver was good.
We'll
Fine.
say that car is flying off the lot. So,
you talk about just the worst timing
oh, that's terrible.
in
Oh, that's
the
horrible.
world. And
That was crazy.
there was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah.
No way to avoid that.
No, I'd say most of the cars that are really popular, the Chevy Impala is just a tried and true car. People like them.
Yep.
They sell. They're difficult to purchase because they go so high at the auction. I had 3 last week I tried to buy, and I got beat out by several $1,000s, not a couple hundred. So it's just crazy.
Where's that person selling it at?
Buy here, pay here lots. That finance in house,
yeah.
and there's a place for those. There's a place for
Gotcha.
everybody.
Yeah.
I don't do that type of business, but
Well,
that's where
that's
some
just
people
an
need to buy.
additional thing for you to have to worry about.
It
And
is,
I
right.
get some of those people are like, hey, I hope this person pays for it for a year and then stops, and I can go get it
They
and sell it to
can
somebody
sell-
else.
Sell it 5 times.
And so, you obviously, have children.
I do.
Do they take a liking to selling cars?
Oh, good Lord, no. I think they've been to my lot 10 times in their entire lifetime. And that was when they were little and they thought Dad was cool. Now they're teenagers and
Yeah.
It changes fast, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
they don't. They no.
They drive by with friends and they.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
But I will say, in the used car world, the new car world, and the service, like the service drive where you get your oil changed and all that, guess who makes the most commissions? Women.
Really?
I believe
Women
that.
salesmen are absolutely killing it in this market.
Nice.
Killing it, yes. Very, because it's just a good professional world. And
Yeah.
so, and both my girls, they do what they want.
So what kind of vehicles do you have kind of currently that like, I guess it's hard to say, hey, what do you got? Because this might air in, a week or so and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, and because our margins are so tight, that we turn cars pretty quick.
I was going to say, what's the longest you've had a car that's just like,
Well,
man, I got to.
That's,
Unfortunately, when that happens, it probably means that you overbid, right?
Well, no, it means
sore subject.
It means you bought a car that you counted on doing a certain amount of work to make it good.
Yeah.
And that spun out of control.
Yep.
And you're not just going to put it out there. You have to fix those things.
Yeah.
And so suddenly it goes from $1,000 repairs to $3,000 or $4,000, and then sometimes that car might get stuck behind the building until we get to it.
Yeah.
Just because it becomes a bit of an albatross. So
Yep.
Yeah.
there's some cars, I've had a couple cars.
Under one of the trees or next to a tree?
Next to the tree.
I mean, you've
Yes,
got trees,
yes.
so
we
that's-
have trees.
you have-
Yes.
Places to park cars.
Beautiful trees.
Next to the
yes.
trees.
Nice shady park.
Yes. Yes. And so I guess what's the easiest way, obviously, this goes to a lot of the Grain Valley people, what's the easiest ways for them to get a hold of you?
Well, of course, my cell phone number is our business number. It's the office number. It's 816-215-7150. And our website is tysoncars.com, TYSONCARS.com.
I think we can throw a link. We'll throw a link right here. There's a link.
Yeah.
There's a link
see
right
it?
there.
Are you good enough to do that?
I am.
Okay.
I learned how to do that. I practiced.
Link. And you'll be the first one with said
true.
link.
You're
All
first-
right.
yes, with the
Click here. If my finger doesn't point at that link,
Now wait, let's not get too carried away. This general area.
Is it just this like it right in here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And we are on Facebook as well. So
nice. And if if they're still confused, I just recommend they could come to Iron Kettle, have a drink, and we will point them down to
Yes.
you.
Yes, you show them the way.
Yes.
Have a drink, have some pretzels.
Have
and
some
then-
pretzels and then head their way down.
Absolutely.
Well, definitely, we appreciate you coming on. I know I'm always a supporter of small businesses, just like yourself. I know Matt loves small businesses as well. We kind of just try and highlight a lot of different people in this area. You're doing great things with here. You're involved in the community. I know you're also on the fair board, right?
I am. Yes.
Yeah, and so we got that. I know it only happens in September, but that thing comes around in a lot of different events.
We
so.
plan all year long for that.
Nice.
It's an exciting time.
So I truly appreciate what you're doing for this town and this community. And Justin, we just thank you very much, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me,
coming
guys.
on. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Grain Valley, another edition of the Fence Post. Thank you.
Bye.
The Fence Post.